Assalamu alaikum, guys. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Just set you up. Assalamu alaikum. Give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me. I'm mic'd in, so just check my microphone's working. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys today? How are you guys today? How are you all today? Good stuff, alhamdulillah. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me this afternoon. I hope you guys are well. I'm very well, thank you, alhamdulillah. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. I'm quite tired. You might be able to see from my eyes. I'm quite tired, but alhamdulillah. I just don't go to bed early enough. It's my problem. Maybe I drink too much coffee, so I can't get to sleep. That's why. Yeah, my alarm goes off about at 5 to 6, to get up to go to the masjid to pray Fajr, and I don't like to go to sleep after Fajr either. I just like to stay up, so I just don't sleep enough. Hello, assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me and chill out with me this evening, this afternoon, whatever time it is, this morning, whatever time it is with you guys. How are you all today? So, what we do at 4 p.m. Every Wednesday here on the Instagram account is we just do a live Q&A. So any questions that you guys have about learning Arabic or just anything you'd like to talk to me about, you just bring them up. Yeah, and in the gaps in between, if people don't have questions, I might try to give you guys a little bit of knowledge and a bit of wisdom in between the gaps. Yeah, so that's what we do. So if you have any questions, you can start typing them, inshallah. Is it good like this, or do you want me to go landscape? Do you want me to turn the phone like this, or is it okay as it is? Rehan 1994. Assalamu alaikum, akhi. Thanks for joining me. Where are you living that it's 12:02 a.m.? 12:02 a.m. is actually like the midnight one, isn't it? PM is actually the afternoon, isn't it? It's that way around, isn't it? Firstly, why are you up at that time? Go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep. Singapore, right? Nice, cool. You know, my brother. I know I know it's not really close. I was going to say my brother's in Brunei at the moment. My brother's in Brunei, but Brunei is not really close to Singapore. I mean, it's just the same region of the world, isn't it? Yeah. I'd love to go to Singapore one day. It's a long flight, though, for us in the UK. I'm new to this and just wanted to know your Arabic language learning history. So I became a Muslim in 2010 when I was 16, and I was living in Cornwall. If you don't know what Cornwall is, Google it, inshallah. It's a beautiful little corner of England, little sort of countryside, seaside part of England. And yeah, I was about 16 when I became a Muslim, and I started learning Arabic then. And I just was sitting in my room trying to find whatever books that I could or anything. And after about 2 years of just trying to study on my own, I hardly learned anything really, and applied to university to go and study Arabic at university. There's a university in London called SOAS. It's quite a well-known university for languages. It's called School of Oriental and African Studies, or abbreviated SOAS. And I was accepted, alhamdulillah, to study Arabic for 4 years there. So packed my bags, moved to London, and studied for 4 years. One of those years wasn't in London. One of those years was in Palestine. So I spent a year in Palestine at Jami'atun Najah. It's an Arabic university out there in the West Bank in Palestine. So I studied there, completed my dissertation there, wrote my dissertation in Arabic and submitted it there, and then graduated in 2015. yeah, and then pretty much just started teaching Arabic. Like I always knew that I wanted to create videos and create resources for people to learn Arabic. I always knew I wanted to do that. I didn't really even know at that point that YouTube was a thing, and I think Instagram was really young at that time as well. But it's worked out that this is what I do now, alhamdulillah. So I've been teaching Arabic online since then. So for 3 and a bit years now. Yeah. So that's kind of the history of learning Arabic. For teaching it, I started out just going to people's houses because I was living in London then. When I first got married in 2015, when I graduated, I was living in London. I was actually a primary school teacher. I was working as a primary school teacher in London. And when I left my job as a primary school teacher, I used to just go to people's whoever would pay me a little bit to go and teach their kids. I'd go to their house and I'd teach the kids Arabic, and that's how I started out. And after that, started building a curriculum, which is the curriculum that I have now, Arabic in 60 Steps. So I taught that curriculum for about 2 years offline. I wrote the books and taught kids through that curriculum, and probably had about 200 students go through it before I brought it online. And then this year is the first year that I've been creating it as an online resource. Yeah, and that's it. And this year it's going pretty well so far, alhamdulillah. It's not perfect. I think like every single year where I go through revising the curriculum again, improving it again, ironing out anything again, I think it will just get better and better, inshallah. But I'm only human. I'm not going to tell you that the program is perfect for everyone. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of people who I even advise not to do my program. There are some things that some people want out of their Arabic language learning journey that my program won't serve them for. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I do this, why like I want to build a community online, isn't to sell my course. That's not the point of it. The point of it is that I want the world to have a more deeper and more meaningful relationship with the Arabic language. That's what it's about. So sometimes that, like, from like a business sense, like, other people who have Arabic programs are my competitors from a business sense. But like I will definitely promote other people's programs if I think it will help the people who follow my page, even if it means that I have to be poor. Do you know what I mean? Even if it means that I barely make enough money, I'll still promote other people's courses. I want the people who come to my Instagram page, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my blog, my podcast, or whatever, to know that I'm answering their questions for them. I'm giving them answers for them. It's not for me. Do you know what I mean? It's for the Arabic students. Where are you based? I live in a little working class town in the Midlands called Northampton. I was actually born here. I wasn't actually born in Cornwall, but I was born here in Northampton. My parents moved us all down to Cornwall when I was about 10, and then we lived in Cornwall until I went to uni. But yeah, I moved back here to Northampton about 3 months ago. Yeah, so that's where I'm based, in the Midlands, in England, in the UK. So that is the history of Arabic with Sam, and and where I'm based now. How do I see myself after 2 years? I see myself doing exactly this, but I just see myself. I'd like the Arabic in 60 Steps program to be twice as good in 2 years. I'd like to have improved it twice. Again, I'd like that program to be twice as good. I'd like to have lost some weight. I'd like to be a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Most importantly, I'd just like my community to have grown. Really, I'd like my community to be not necessarily just larger. Like, I don't really care about telling people that my YouTube channel has 1,000 subscribers or my YouTube channel has 1 million subscribers. I don't really care about that. I care about the number of people who tell me a day that I've helped them learn Arabic. That's what I really care about. Like, at the moment, I don't know, probably every week or whatever, people message me and say, because of the work that you've done, through your hands, Allah has helped me learn Arabic. But if I were to be having that like every day, like that would be me. I'll have made it then. In my mind, I'll have made it when people every single day are telling me that. That I've helped them learn Arabic somehow. Yeah, that's what it's all about for me, really. Or even if they don't tell me, do you know what I mean? Like when I think about what I want my legacy to be and what I really want to achieve in my life, I was saying this the other day. Like, I had a sister join my Arabic program, and she was telling me how cheap she thought it was. I charge money for it. Like I'm not gonna trick you and tell you, sign up for this free course and then at the end of it you have to pay or something. Like I'm not saying that. Like people do have to pay for my program, but it is way cheaper than programs similar to it. Like I've had a lot of people tell me like it's way cheaper than programs similar to mine. And there was this sister, she's an accountant here in the UK, and she told me how cheap the course was. And I had to explain to her, I was like, look, I don't do this for the riches of the dunya. Yeah, like that's not something that um, that's not my objective here. My objective is on the day of judgment when I'm stood in front of Allah, that thousands of Arabic students will be able to stand next to me and say, it was through Sam's work that I could understand the Quran. It's through Sam's work that I could travel to Muslim countries. It was through Sam's work that I could appreciate the words of the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in a more deep and meaningful way. Like that's what I do it for. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do it for. I don't know what your real name is, or if you're a sister or a brother. Hilary Saunders or Saunders. Um, yeah, you've asked a really good question about whether my course is a good program to keep your Arabic alive. So my Arabic course is quite to the point. Like I don't really sort of beat around the bush with different concepts and stuff. And students who already have a little bit of a foundation do benefit a lot from it. Um, yeah. Um, Yeah, so someone like yourself, sister, yeah, probably would benefit a lot from it, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what level the Ibn Jebel course is, or what sort of level of work they do. I'm not really sure. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure, sister. I mean, for yourself, it might be better for you to but before you maybe pay for my program, maybe pay for like just some novels that you'd like to read in Arabic, or like some poetry you'd like to read in Arabic or something, rather than that maybe. Because you get to a certain level where you're kind of independent in Arabic, and you have the skills that you need to read a book and whatever else. Like um, if it's equivalent to first year of degree, I mean, um, uh, yeah, you'd probably still get something out of my program, but not as much as people who are complete beginners. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure it would be the best program for you. I think the best thing for you would just be to do as much as you can to encounter Arabic more. Now, as I was saying, like you kind of get to a level in Arabic where you can kind of hold your own, and it's just about practicing at that point. So think about some topics that you enjoy reading about, and make the most of those. On Tuesdays, I put out a free skill builder video. I put out like a free lesson from my course. I have like a bonus section of my course called the Skill Builder Library, and it has like videos in Arabic, and then like a vocab list and a transcript of what's in those videos, and yeah, and like that will help build your vocabulary out a lot, and also get to see and hear a lot of Arabic actually in use in real life context. So that's why I think it's so useful. Every Tuesday I leave links to that on my YouTube channel. I did one yesterday about Muslim scientists. There's a little cartoon series called Ulama ul Muslimin, the Muslim scientists, and yeah, it's all in Arabic, and there's loads of just really good vocab. Um, yeah, there's yeah, like as I was going through yesterday, I watch it and then I write the transcript of it, and yeah, like there's some really good verbs and stuff in there that are just really useful. Like the verb بالغ يبالغ, meaning to exaggerate, is one that I use in there, and the verb أمسك, meaning to catch someone, imsak, or you should say أمسك به someone, أمسكت بك, I caught you. Yeah. So I'd say keep watching, listening, and reading. But what is it depends what your main objective is really. Like, because really I think students can stop doing courses a lot earlier than what they think. Like, yeah, I think with like a decent foundation like yourself from like the work that Ibn Jabal do, which I expect is more like a classical approach to teaching Arabic. I expect you learn Nahu and Sarf and stuff like that, and then the GCSE, which kind of gives you like kind of modern vocabulary and stuff. So if your main objective is just to keep learning, just keep encountering Arabic. Like, now it's just about enjoying what you've learned. You've worked hard for an amount of time to accumulate a lot of knowledge. Wa alaikum salam, brother Yasin. How are you finding the course? Yeah, so if it's to kind of keep learning, read the Quran, speak to Arabs, for that stuff, go direct to the source, inshallah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great for me if you pay for my course, but I'm not sure if it is the thing that you need to do for your particular stage. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Look, you can join the program and have a look around if you want, inshallah. Just join on a monthly subscription. Normally when people join and pay monthly, they have to pay for the whole 12 months. It's a payment plan. But I'll tell you what I'll do for you, inshallah, drop me an email and join my course just for the £11 a month. And then if you don't think it's right, I'll cancel it for you. I'll cancel the plan for you. So you can just taste it for a month, and then I'll cancel it for you. If you'd like to join, inshallah. Obviously people who do join my program, they have privileges of being more sort of directly, be able to access me more directly. Like I make myself pretty available to people who don't pay me anything. Do you know what I mean? Like people can come onto my live streams and ask me any questions they want, and people come onto my YouTube live. People can consume all of my videos. I put videos out pretty much every single day on YouTube completely for free. But for people who pay me, like people who help to keep me alive and help to provide for my child, like they're going to get a little bit more attention from me. Omar Asim, mashallah, this brother's always here. MashaAllah. All of you make dua for our brother Omar Asim, who always comes on Instagram Live. He's always asking me questions. Really engaged student. May Allah bless this brother. May Allah forgive him for his shortcomings. May Allah keep him steadfast and strong in the Arabic language. Ameen. All of you say Ameen. So okay, the brother's got to go. So he's just got a quick question. What are some easy Arabic books to read? Like Qasas al-Nabiyyin. Qasas al-Nabiyyin is a really good one for like simple language. There's a novel here which I think is really accessible. I don't know if you can get, I say it's accessible language-wise. I don't know if it's easy to actually access, to get hold of here in the UK. But there's a novel called A'id ila Haifa. It's a Palestinian novel written by Ghassan Kanfani. The language is really accessible in here. The language in this novel, even though it's a novel, that's really accessible. As well, the stuff to listen to in the Skill Builder library as well. The cartoon that we just started doing the talk-throughs of, Ulama al-Muslimin, they're so good. Like I was listening to them yesterday, just thinking like these cartoons are so good. Like we should have all of our kids watching them. Do you know what I mean? Like these days it's really hard to keep kids off of like their tablets and phones and stuff, and like a lot of kids and even like toddlers, it's kind of sad really, but like we'll want to like my son knows how to use a tablet. Like we're quite strict about him not having screen time and stuff, but even he knows, and he's 2. Do you know what I mean? Like it's because we're so often using phones and screens and stuff that our kids just naturally pick it up, and rather than even having YouTube and stuff on your tablet, just have like a link to watch all of these Arabic language based cartoons. So can a fi'l mudari', mudari', by the way, I'm sure that's just a typo. It's not mudra'. Mudari', yeah, fi'l mudari'. Can it ever have a sukoon at the end of the letter without having a cause? Like lem rather than len would be what would make it have a sukoon at the end. Yakfur, but no lem. Yes, it can. That there are reasons, like conditionals, for example. If we'd say something like, that there are kind of conditional sentences, like we say if something, then something, and you use a jazm verb for that. There's a lesson that I've just put in the resources library, by the way. I think it's lesson 35 or something. Teaches you about that, because you do use jazm verbs for things other than just after lam. So if you're saying something like, if you've used the example kafara, so I'll just use that example. So you could say like in takfur, if you disbelieve, fa something else. Yeah, in takfur, fa blah blah blah. If you do this, then that. And when you do sentences like that, then you can have a sukun at the end. The word can be jazm. You either use a fi'l al-madi or a fi'l al-majzoom. So the answer to you, brother Yassine, is yes, there can be some. Most notably, conditional phrases. Conditionals, yeah. Saying if clauses, if this will happen, then that will happen. You use the jazm for that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have a coffee if you guys don't mind. I drink way too much coffee. But inshallah, this will be my last coffee today. Because it's... I think it's the reason I don't get to sleep early enough. I wake up early, but I don't go to sleep early enough. So I end up just exhausted. And having a 2-year-old son is also exhausting. May Allah bless our children. I mean... Let's have a coffee together. Like my mug. Really brilliant brother. My sister bought me this mug. Yeah, I've got a little sister. May Allah guide her to Islam. I mean. So yeah, it is a good idea to take a qaylula after dhuhr, but I was out at a meeting this afternoon. Yeah, I know it is a sunnah, it is good to do that. It would be a good thing for me to practice, but yeah. Today I missed the opportunity. I've never actually introduced you to any of my family members, have I? I've never brought any of them on the channel or anything. I haven't really had many guests. I've had a guest on the podcast. I would like to collaborate with other YouTubers more. I just haven't really reached out to people. I'm a bit kind of solitary, really. Okay, sister. Assalamu alaikum. Take care, inshallah. Just get in touch with me if you have any other questions. You can always DM me if you're most comfortable here on Instagram, or email me, or whatever. Any of the platforms, I'll be there. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions at all? Today, by the way, our walkthrough is going out as soon as I finish this live stream. I need to edit it a little bit. But so probably 6 o'clock. Let's say 6 o'clock. The Arabic language walkthrough will go out today. We're doing another hadith. Last week we did a hadith for children, and this week we're doing like the second hadith in that book. Today we're going to do an Arabic language walkthrough of the hadith of the pillars of Islam. There's a bit of some nice little bits of grammar in there. Passive verb, some idafas, some use of prepositions, some stuff like that. Yeah, so we need to edit it anyways. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Why are there different forms for verbs? Good question. Let's have a conversation about that. So, the different forms of verbs, despite what we might feel like, they are not there to ruin our lives or to make our lives as Arabic students a lot harder. They serve a purpose. So each of the verb forms, they kind of have a characteristic that they add to and take away from a verb. It's similar to how in English we might add suffixes and prefixes and stuff to a verb. So we might have a verb like to write, but then another form of the verb might be to rewrite, which means something else. Another form of the verb might be to co-write, like to write with someone. We might have another form of the verb to I don't know, what was I going to say, to unwrite something, if that's even a word. You know, if you could take back your words you've written, you unwrite something, you know, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Those are like different forms of that verbs that we have in English, and in Arabic, it's quite similar. It kind of adds a new meaning to it. So if we take the example of the verb selima, yeslemu, selima, it means to kind of have peace. The verb selima means to have peace or be at peace. But the verb sallama means to kind of wish peace upon someone else. Hence when we say assalamu alaikum, that is a taslim. That's wishing peace upon someone else. The verb aslama is to kind of achieve peace through submission, meaning Islam, aslama. The verb istaslama, the form 10, is to seek peace but through surrender. Right? So like you're seeking peace. If you surrender, then you want peace. Do you know what I mean? People surrender to get peace. So the different forms of verbs are kind of like that. They kind of just add slight nuances to things. And like a really clear example is between the form 1 and the form 4. Usually the form 1, for example, something like nazala. Nazala means to kind of come down. If you say to someone, tell someone to come down the stairs, you say like inzil, come down the stairs. But the verb anzala, the form 4, is to send something else down. So I mean, the form 1 is to do it yourself. The form 4 is to send it to someone else. We see this many times with the form 4. I mean, the form 4 arsala means to send something. Anzala means to kind of send down something. An'ama means to bless upon someone else. Yeah. So yeah. That's what the other kind of verb forms are for. If that's what you mean by forms. I assume that's what you mean by forms. But you learn them as you go. I mean, you're on lesson 11 in the programme, right? All of the lessons at the end of book 2 are for this. So, like, lessons, 25 until 30, pretty much, are, all of the 10 different forms. You learn about the kind of nuances and stuff. But it's not always that. Sometimes it's just a verb. Sometimes it just has the same meaning. Yeah, they're used commonly in speaking. Yeah, they're used commonly in speaking, yeah. It's not always, sometimes the different forms of verbs, they're just different verbs that just look different. Do you know what I mean? It's not always, so sometimes verbs that are in, the form 8 or whatever, sometimes they could just be verbs that are form 1. In the meaning, you might just think that should really just be a form 1 verb. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, like a form 8 verb, i'taqada, means to believe something. Say, I believe, ana a'taqidu. It's where the word aqidah comes from. If you like to believe something, why can't that just be a form 1 verb? So yeah, they are used in speaking. Yeah, different forms of verbs are absolutely used in speaking, yeah. How to always be motivated for learning Arabic? Good question. Because motivation is really important. I think, motivation can come from getting satisfaction from something. Do you know what I mean? If you get a satisfaction and you feel a reward when you learn Arabic, and when you say something in Arabic, you understand something new in Arabic, and that kind of, if you feel excited by that, then that is very motivating. Do you know what I mean? You'll be motivated to go back and learn Arabic again. And what's actually happening in our brain is we're releasing something called dopamine in our brain when we're excited about something or we feel like we've achieved something. But the thing is, with us, we get dopamine from way too many places. Our dopamine receptors in our brain, we can just get dopamine so cheaply. We can have junk food, and that gives our brain dopamine. We can watch TV, and the bright lights and the humour and stuff make our brain feel happy. So we just become so dulled to things that are actually rewarding. Do you know what I mean? We don't get our dopamine from actually achieving things in our real lives. So I think it will make you so much more fulfilled in your life, and you'll be so much happier and so much more motivated for more meaningful things if you cut out junk food and dulling entertainment. Do you know what I mean? There's, sometimes a lot of people ask me about why are there rulings in Islam about not listening to music, and by extension not watching movies and stuff. But it makes you so much more sensitive to be motivated and happy about doing productive things. If your brain has become, if your body learns that it can achieve its happiness and it can achieve its, on a chemical level from TV shows and from music, your body isn't as motivated to get its dopamine from real meaningful things. So, I'd say eat healthy and bland food, stop watching TV, stop listening to music, and you will just notice in your life that you're more satisfied with things that are more meaningful. But then to kind of zone in more on your question, that's more about like being motivated about good things in general. But to zone in specifically in your Arabic, I think on the first page of your Arabic book, you should have written out the reasons why you want to learn. You know, you should have the reasons why you're actually doing this. Like, you know, I understand that. Like, let's say you start learning Arabic for a very common reason. You want to understand the Quran better before Ramadan, right? Let's say a very common reason, yeah. Like, it's very hard to remember that that was your reason when the Arabic with Sam program has you learning about al-fi'l al-majzoom and al-fi'l al-mansoob. It's very difficult to think about the gems of the Quran when you're needing to go through that bit of grammar, right? But like, you need to remind yourself of it regularly. You need to remind yourself of what your goals are regularly. If you often get distracted, I think you do need to commit yourself to a course of some kind. If you often get distracted, I mean, you know, like that's just so common for people, man. Like I know, like I remember I mentioned earlier in this video that when I started learning Arabic on my own and I was just learning in my bedroom, I hardly got anything done. Like, I get distracted, do you know what I mean? Like, I get distracted, I'm not consistent, I get bored of it, do you know what I mean? Like, just like other people, do you know what I mean? But committing to doing an Arabic language degree that I was spending £3,000 a year on, like, I'm not getting distracted from that, do you know what I mean? Like, when you're committed to a course and you have things to turn up to, you ain't getting distracted. Yeah, you're not getting distracted. So, yeah. So if it's the right sort of level for you, join a program. Find the one that's a good fit for your level, and you like the teaching style, and you like the resources and stuff, and go for it. That's what I highly recommend. Interesting mug, yeah. Really brilliant, brother. My sister bought me it. I want some Arabic with Sam stuff. I'd love like an Arabic with Sam jumper with like a little logo. I don't have a logo. So I mean, I'd like an Arabic with Sam logo and a jumper. Arabic with Sam a t-shirt, a mug, Arabic with Sam mug, or whatever. I'd like all of that stuff. Inshallah the start the channel will grow and everything like that, and inshallah one day maybe Allah will give us that sort of stuff. But at the moment it's just Primark jumper and a mug that my sister bought me for my 18th birthday. That's what we're stuck with for now. Inshallah. Inshallah. Are all of you guys subscribed to my YouTube channel as well? If you haven't subscribed, go over and subscribe, inshallah. You like the Bayyina course by Brother Nu'man Ali Khan. When you say the Bayyina course, do you mean the Arabic with Husna course? Because I know, but in Bayyina TV, they have tons of different videos and video courses and stuff. But the Arabic one specifically is Arabic with Husna, isn't it? It's yeah, Nu'man Ali Khan teaching his daughter. It's a really beautiful idea, actually, isn't it? Just to do a course about, a dad teaching his daughter Arabic. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Those guys at Bayyina have killed it, man. They've got a hell of a business there. I've actually spoken personally to someone who used to be like quite a senior employee. Might have been like head of operations or something at Bayyina, and he gave me some info on what their numbers are like and how many people are registered. Like, we're talking like best part of 100,000 people are signed up to Bayyina TV. Imagine 100,000 people paying $11 a month. So I mean, that's over. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy money. All right, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Take care, inshallah. Have I studied al-Ajrumiyyah? So I've never been taught it formally. I've read it. There are a number of classical grammatical works that I've read myself but never actually been taught. Alfiya ibn Malik, al-Ajrumiyyah, a few others as well. Yes, there is, or at least when I was studying it, there is like a long playlist of like 30 videos or something on YouTube, like 30 lectures teaching al-Ajrumiyyah, and also Sheikh Abdul Rahman Hassan. He also has a series teaching al-Ajrumiyyah as well. Yeah. Ya Rab. What else you got? What time is it? Okay. What else you guys got for me? I'm just going to plug my charger in, by the way. Before, just in case my phone's going to die. Any more questions, guys? Stick them in. See this? That's because it's Team Samsung over here. At the Arabic with Sam channel, we're Team Samsung. I'm going to move you a bit closer because I can't quite reach the plug. Can I recite a surah for you? Nah, man. I don't have a nice voice. I'm not I just don't have a nice voice. But at the moment, I'm memorising Surah An-Naml. That's where I am at the moment. So how do we get the most out of the Arabic in 60 Steps program? You consume the content in order. Don't try to skip ahead too quickly. Don't move on to the next step until you really understand the current step. And yeah, make use of everything else as well. The program is written in a way that it can easily be supplemented by other things. Whatever other books you want to read, or whatever dictionary you use, or whatever cartoons you're watching, or whatever news stations in Arabic you're listening to, or whatever. You should absolutely supplement it as much as you can. I suppose something else that's really good to do is, with all of the grammar that you learn, all the vocab that you learn, just have a little book, like a little notepad where you write your own sentences. Like, I give you a lot of translations and stuff to do, and a lot of exercises to do in the workbooks, but like, it's just really good for you if you're creating your own sentences as well. It just gets you really good at producing Arabic rather than just reading it. How are we doing, guys? Any other questions? What else have we got? By the way, if any of you guys do need to go, and you go, and you miss out on the questions and stuff that we talk about, don't worry, I'm going to upload this video to YouTube on Friday. So whenever we do a live Q&A here, I'm on Instagram on Wednesdays, I upload the video for it to my YouTube channel on Friday, so you won't miss out. I'd like to start doing these live streams on Facebook as well. I need another phone to do that, though. I do have like an old Samsung here. I have an old Samsung that I could maybe tips on reading the Quran fluently. No, I don't know really about resources for that. Really, you need. It's really a tajweed issue rather than an Arabic language issue. My strategy is spend loads of time listening to the Quran and trying to recite with as much precision as what the reciters do. I remember even before I'd ever met a Muslim in my life, I remember sitting in my bedroom in Cornwall listening to Sheikh Mahir al-Mu'ayqali or Sheikh Abu Bakr al-Shatri reciting the Quran on the Quran Explorer on YouTube or whatever, and just trying to make the sounds that they make and stuff. Are conditional sentences hard? None of it's hard, man. None of it's hard. I would say it's perhaps a more advanced kind of Arabic. I mean, if you know about what madi, a fi'l madi, and a fi'l majzoom, if you know what those are, it's not really difficult. It's not really difficult. So, if you want to write a paragraph in Arabic, you should be able to do that by the end of book 1, really. Depending on about what, it depends what topic about. You probably couldn't write an essay about British politics. Do you know what I mean? But you could probably write a paragraph about, I don't know, what you did yesterday, or where you want to go, or something. You know, things that are more basic, conversational like that. Absolutely. You guys are gonna love book 4, by the way. Book 4 is where it'll all come to life for you a bit. Book 3 is pretty advanced as well. Book 3 is because there's no harakat in book 3. All of the exercises are all in Arabic, but yeah. Good question. How did you manage to not get overwhelmed when you were learning Arabic? Understand it's just one step at a time. Yeah, you go understand. You just got to focus on just the thing at hand. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and yeah, I never really thought about that. I just thought about learning one thing at a time. Where could you find the resources that I distribute? So, on my YouTube channel is probably the best place because everything pretty much ends up on the YouTube channel, Arabic with Sam YouTube channel. Yeah, because I put out videos every day pretty much on the YouTube channel. The content schedule is as follows: Monday is podcast day, Tuesday is spoken Arabic, Wednesday is written Arabic, Thursday is grammar time. I do a fun little show called Grammar Time. Friday is where I share this live Q&A on my YouTube channel. Saturday is usually a surprise. If I have a surprise video, something cool to share with you, secret. This week I'm going to be doing vocab from the Quran. We're going to do 30% of the Quran in 3 minutes. That's what we're going to do this Saturday, inshallah. So a surprise on Saturday, and then Sunday is when I do the Arabists Digest. So I have a newsletter that I send out every week called the Arabists Digest, which goes out to the Arabic students every Sunday morning. And yeah, and that evening I do like a summary of it in a video form, and yeah, you can join the mailing list if you want for my weekly newsletter on my website. Which Arabic dialect is widely spoken and understood? So those are two different questions in a way. Understood, Egyptian dialect, hands down. Spoken, I think the most neutral and most widely, the closest to it, most widely spoken, is probably Shami, you know, Lebanese, Palestinian. Yeah. So that's what I would say. But for most widely understood, it's Egyptian for sure, because of Egyptian TV and shows and stuff like that. Yeah. By the way, I'm really enjoying the 1 word a day post on Facebook. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, I'm really glad that you're enjoying that. I'm doing them here on Instagram as well. You know, I will actually post them on Instagram, but then I just share them to Facebook. But yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Like, it's really cool how we can accumulate such a large percentage of the Quran so quickly just by learning the right words. You know, I think it's pretty cool. Like, when you really know and you have a narrow objective for learning, you can really zone in on it and make progress quickly. You know, like the reason why a lot of people learn Arabic slowly is because they want to learn all of Arabic for all reasons. Like, they want to know all Arabic so they can have conversations with people about politics, and they can travel to Arab countries, and they can read ancient poetry, and they can understand the Quran, and they can have discussions with tullab al-ilm, you know, students of knowledge, about Middle Ages poetry, you know, and they want to know Arabic for, you know, for politics or for reading newspapers. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's so broad and there's so much over such a long period of time. But like, if people were to turn up and say, I want to learn Arabic because I want to understand the Quran, that's it. Then if that's your objective, we can eliminate any need for any political language. We can eliminate any grammar that's not used in the Quran. We can eliminate any vocab that's not used in the Quran, and we can just get so laser focused to achieve that goal. You know, like in the series that we're doing, yeah, like today it'll be number 15. yeah, today it'll be it's the 15th day in the countdown, the one Quranic word a day up to Ramadan, and we've covered 30% of the Quran. Like today, 30% of the Quran in 15 words. I have them right here actually. Should we read them out, just so we can do a little revision of them? Okay. There's just one quick question. When you were in Egypt, did you get sick from the street food? No. Well, I got sick from the water, but not because of the water, because I was eating so much watermelon. I was eating so much watermelon out there. Yeah, watermelon is بطيخ, by the way. Cool word, بطيخ. I was eating so much بطيخ out there that I was actually consuming so much water. Like, and obviously, if you think about the water that the people out there use to water their watermelons, it's water that will make you sick. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't drink the tap water out there in Egypt. Yeah, so that's why I got sick, eating watermelons. So, if you know the following 15 words from the Quran, you will be able to understand 30%. We're talking nearly a third of the Quran is these 15 words. That, to me, is crazy, subhanallah. Let's hear them. The words are Min, Allahu, La, Fi, Inna, Qala, الذي على له كان ما رب من به and إلى. If you know those 15 words, that is 30% of the Quran. Right there, those words alone have occurrences of 23,458 times in the Quran. That's a lot. That's a lot of the Quran that you know just from those words. Yeah. You heard from somebody that the street food can get you sick. Yeah, I mean, it depends who you are, I guess. I've always had a pretty strong stomach. I've always been alright to go to countries and eat a sheep's head and eat whatever. Do you know what I mean? I've always been pretty open-minded to it. Here in Northampton, there's a restaurant where you can have like giraffe and you can eat ostrich and hippo and stuff like that. They have like exotic meats. There's an exotic meat restaurant. But I don't know if it's halal, so I haven't been there. But I'd love to try that stuff. Oh, why not? I've had camel loads of times. My wife's Somali. Some of you may or may not know that. So I've had a lot of camel in my time. I love it. Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of bloody camel. Yeah, that's the good stuff. So what else is new? What else can I do for you guys? Where are you guys based, by the way? I asked at the beginning. We had a brother from Singapore. I don't know if the brother's still here. Oh, there he is. The brother is still here. In fact, the brother from Singapore asked the question straight away, mashallah. What inspired you to become an Arabic teacher? See, the thing is with that is, I never really knew being anything else. Like, when something is just in your bones, you don't really get inspired to do it. It's just in your bones. It's just what you do. It's like what inspires a spider to make its web? What inspires, what inspires you to, to eat dinner every day? Like what inspires you to watch whatever football you want to watch or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If something's just in your bones, it's not a case of inspiration or motivation. It's just a case of it just being what's built into you. I suppose I can tell you things that I love about it. What I love about it. I love language in general. Like, I think language is just such a blessing. Like, there's an ayah in the Quran when Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ. Like, and in the heavens, and of the signs is the heavens and the earth, and the diversity in your languages and in your tongues and your skin colours. And like, languages are just amazing. Like, if you think about how sophisticated it is that we use our mouths with our lungs and our voice boxes to produce such sophisticated and precise sounds. Like, we can even tell where a person is from it's so precise that you can tell probably where I'm from in the world by the way that I speak. It's so precise. There's such precision in language, and like other animals. You know what I mean? Like other animals in the world don't use such sophisticated sounds with their mouths like we do. Like it's something really beautiful about the Quran. How Allah Subhanahu wa Taala describes the Quran as a lisan. You know, Allah describes the Quran as lisanun Arabiyyun, you know, like an Arabic tongue, because human beings are the only creatures who communicate with our tongues. Like animals communicate from their throats. If you think about how a horse makes its sounds or how a chicken makes its sounds, they communicate from their throats. Like language just blows my mind. You know, spoken language absolutely blows my mind. And when I empower a student to speak the most eloquent of languages, you know, when I empower a student to access and understand some deeper meanings in the Arabic language, that's better than winning the gold medal for me. I mean, it's hard to grasp, subhanallah, an English guy turned into an Arabic teacher. I guess, but it works, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like it might be hard to grasp, and people might sort of assume that Arabs should teach Arabic and English people should teach English, but it works because like what I've found is that people actually respond better to someone of their own language, helping them learn it, especially as beginners anyway. You know, like as beginners, having someone wa alaikum salam. Yeah, those of you who've just joined, wa alaikum salam. Yeah, so I mean, I never really got my head into thinking about, oh, does it work or not? Well, I never really got my head into thinking, oh, is it right that little white kid from Cornwall should become an Arabic teacher? It was never even like, oh, I'm an Arabic teacher now. It was just I've learned Arabic and I know I can help people, so I'm gonna turn up and help them. That's all it really was. What's your favourite reciter? Mahir al-Mu'ayqili. Definitely my favourite. Arabic word, Arabic phrase, food, drink. So my favourite reciter, yeah, Mahir al-Mu'ayqili. My favourite surah, Surah An-Naml. It's the surah that I'm memorising at the moment, and it's the surah that made me choose my Muslim name. Not a lot of you guys actually know that, by the way, but my Muslim name is Sulaiman. Yeah, my wife calls me Sulaiman, and all of her family call me Sulaiman and everything. But I sort of took that Muslim name after I'd started my Arabic with Sam stuff. So yeah, so I'm Sam as well. But yeah, so yeah, Surah An-Naml. Favorite Arabic word? I don't know. I don't know about a favorite Arabic word or phrase. Yeah, I don't know. Food or drink? Food. I'm a big fan of dark meat. Lamb, lamb, lamb something. Okay, for our brother from Singapore, born the year after me, 1994. I was born in 93. But see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Or actually, a good night, actually. You're going to bed now, aren't you? So, good night. مع السلامة. إلى اللقاء. Cool, who else have we got here? There's 6 of us here, chilling out together. Who else have we got? Look, you guys are going quiet on me. In a minute, Instagram are going to kick me off because I've been on for an hour, nearly. We've got about 5 minutes, inshallah, for us to chill out together a little bit and for you to ask any questions. If there are any more questions, please just stick them in the comments for me to help you out, inshallah. Once again, from London. Nice, where in London? I used to live in London. Yeah, when I was at university, I lived in King's Cross. And when I graduated and started working as a primary school teacher, I lived in East London, in Ilford. And then I lived in Ilford for some more time. West London, Richmond. Okay, cool. Only area of West London that I know very well. Well, I mean, it's not really. I mean, Shepherd's Bush is West London, but I think of Shepherd's Bush as quite central, just because. just because I'm used to in London living like as far out as like Essex. So yeah, Shepherd's Bush. I mean, yeah. So I know Shepherd's Bush. I know right. Yeah, Westfield. There's a Westfield there. Yeah, Shepherd's Bush. There's a Westfield at Stratford as well. That's near where yeah. Yeah, in London there's loads of halal restaurants. Yeah, loads. Even here in Northampton we have them. Alhamdulillah. But I'd like to do like not at the moment because I don't have a big enough audience. But one day I'd like to do a meetup, like for for Arabic language for Arabic with Sam subscribers and followers and stuff. Get like 10 people together and we'll meet up and I'll do a little crash course in an Arabic poem or something, and then we'll just have some food or something. I'd like to do that because I'd like to meet some of you guys. But maybe we'll do it in London. It'd make most sense. Yeah, there's a lot of halal restaurants in London though. Yeah, for sure. Like yeah. In London, you get everything. Honestly, like some people can move to London from like another country. Like if you're from Egypt and you move to London, um, yeah, if you're from Egypt and you move to London, you can like you could live your life just speaking Egyptian Arabic and just going to Egyptian restaurants. You could live your life like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got like family members on my wife's side of the family who don't speak English and they only speak Somali. And like they go to Somali speaking shops and they have only Somali speaking friends and they go to shops that look like they're in Mogadishu. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, really. You have all these different worlds crossing with each other. So I asked about the words. Will you have it on your website? Where can I go to get the words list? So the full words list. If you go onto my Instagram, I've got a list. I've got the highlights, and you can click on the highlights, and I've got one highlight that's just the Quranic Arabic words, all in order. So all of the ones that go out on my Instagram page, they're all there in order, right? But when it's finished and we go all the way up to Ramadan, I might make like a little ebook for you guys, just a little free ebook you can download from my website, maybe, just with like 100. So like 100 of the most used Quranic words, because like if you learn 100 of the words from the Quran, if you learn 100 of those words, like you can probably access like 60% of the Quran. 60% of the vocab used in the Quran is probably only 100 words. So yeah, so it'd be cool to put something like that together. Yeah. So the one Arabic course I have, how long is it for? So I have a free course, which you could do in a day if you wanted. Um, yeah, but okay, right, cool. Yeah, nice. You listened to my the podcast that I did with the brother Adam over at Productive Muslim Nation. Nice. May Allah bless that brother. Yeah, you could complete my course in a year. You'd need to study every week, but yeah, you could complete my course in a year for sure. Yeah. Some people finish it quicker. Some people who already have a foundation in Arabic and are already pretty comfortable, some people finish it in like 5 or 6 months. Some people can if they work really hard. But like I don't really encourage people to do that. But you can do it in a year. The course is a year, and then yeah. So I'd love for you to come on board, inshallah, if it's if it's right for you. Yep. So yeah. But yeah, you can do it in a year, for sure. But yeah, if you want, you can start off with a free course that I have. I have a free course because my program, like my kind of flagship program, if you like, is called Arabic in 60 Steps, and I just kind of have like a little taster course called Arabic in 6 Steps, which is just a little taster course. If you wanna take it seriously now and you're happy to come on board, just go straight into the program because it's just you don't really need to do the first 6 steps if you're going to actually do the main program. But if you want a little taster, then then you can do the mini course first. The link to it, usually I have it in my bio on my Instagram, but I don't at the moment. If you go onto any of my recent YouTube videos and go into the description, there'll be a link to the free course in there. Yeah, but if you're interested in like my main program, just go to my website, arabicwithsam.com. I only have 20 seconds remaining. So if you have any other questions, just DM me on my website, arabicwithsam.com. It'll all be there. All right, okay, we're going to sign out, inshallah, because I've outstayed my welcome. Instagram are saying, Sam, get out of here. Let these people get on with their lives. So I'll bid you guys farewell. Enjoy the rest of your day. May Allah bless you. See you guys in the next Arabic lessons. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.